Well, hello there to my Leos. This is Queen Amura coming to you with your general reading. All right, Leos, hopefully everybody's having a great day on today. This reading is going to be for the 17th through the 24th of October. This cycle actually closes on the 20th of October. We're going to have a new moon in Libra / Scorpio. So there's going to be a lot of purging that needs to be done within, a lot of purging that needs to be done so that you can learn how to show yourselves a little bit more compassion, right? Can't pour from an empty cup. So you really need to start showing yourselves a little bit more compassion so you can balance this thing out within, right? So you can start growing your abundance and your prosperity. Looking at your cards here, Leos, it looks like you've been carrying a lot of energies on your back in the physical realm, maybe paying for people's this and paying for people's that, whoever within your own family and ancestrally. And so you're trying to start a new tradition by basically teaching people how to fish, right? You're the fisher of men, women, men, but you're teaching people how to do things on their own, not necessarily doing everything for everybody, right? So I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right? Because otherwise you'll have this mentality that's like, if you want something done, you'll do it yourself, right? So yeah, you're kind of sort of teaching people how to do things. And so I do see you being successful because something has been overwhelming. Something has been overwhelming. And you may have felt like you were baited into something. A lot of people feel baited into something. Yeah, a lot of people feel baited into something. And looking at your cards here, I feel like you had some kind of idea, but you kind of want to get to the root of something, I guess. You want to get to the root of something. You want to kind of know something, right? And I guess you want to know something, but you want to get to the root of something, right? Because you don't know what to believe. You really don't know what to believe. So if you feel like something isn't true, you want to know. You just want to know, right? I feel like a soulmate here. Somebody could be a soulmate for you, and it could be something that you want to know. You want to kind of get to the root of something. So you may be a little afraid. So something is building up on the inside of you. It's almost as like asking the person, you know how little kids be writing down on a sheet of paper, like, what is that thing that kids used to write? Like, I like you, do you like me? Y'all remember that? Like somebody, like kids write it to each other, I like you, do you like me? Yes or no? Like that kind of thing, right? So somebody could be like this. I'm seeing soulmate energy here. That's why I said that, right? And 2 and 1 here is in some kind of inspired action here. I feel like somebody is very successful. You're very happy, high vibrating energy. Things are growing for you. Somebody is a very nurturing spirit here. You may not live that far from somebody, whoever it is. You're having total recall of some things. But if you look at everything as a bait and switch, you may also want to check the temperature of the circle of people that you're around, because a tower could fall either way. It could fall either way, right? Let me give somebody an example of something, right? So you could feel like somebody is your soulmate. Soulmate and twin flame are not the same, just so we're crystal clear. Just so we're all on the same sheet of music here. You can feel like somebody is your soulmate, because remember, these are both of your hands, the divine duality, right? You can feel like somebody is your soulmate, right? And you're approaching somebody. Let's say this is you. You got somebody has your back, and this is somebody else. You approach somebody on a day where they're the polarity to the moon card, which is hermit. They're by themselves, right? That can be overwhelming for somebody, where the tower falls on you, right? And they feel like they're being baited into something. Y'all see what I'm saying? This tower card is praying about something, praying for clarity. Like, okay, you can feel all day long that somebody is your soulmate, but you need to pray about it first. Ask source for clarity. Ask source for clarity. This right here, because that's very teenagerish. Like to approach, we all gotta meet together. Let's meet at the skating rink. I'm too afraid to meet somebody. So if we all go together, then, we could approach somebody together. Y'all know how that's saying. I mean, I gotta approach somebody with my friends. 5 in the major arcana is Taurus card, right? It's Taurus card. Their symbol is a bull. It almost sounds like a bully. It sounds being bullied, like a group of people are approaching people. Like and a person may kind of back up, like, what is all of this? So they may sort of like take a defensive stance, like, okay, who are all of these people? What is this? That could be an instant turn off. That could cause, like, who are all these people? Like, what is this, right? Especially to people who are incredibly sensitive. Sensitive is not a weakness, it's actually a strength. It's a vulnerability, and it's a strength, right? And so Source is trying to help somebody to really learn how to be sensitive, learn how to pour into yourselves more, balance this thing out. It's almost like a person who jumps on the bandwagon in a meeting approach your manager. Okay, we're going to all go talk to the manager at the same time. You got to gauge that manager's energy. Some people are like, oh, no, you may have a manager that's maybe more of your energy that laughs it off. But if you have somebody who is a hermit, who could be overwhelmed by crowds of people, for them, it may be a major turnoff, a complete major turnoff, right? So somebody is learning that your sun sign is just as important as moon sign. So I feel like somebody could feel like somebody is their soulmate, but some things could be a turn on and some things could be a complete turn off. Another thing to consider is if they're a fixed sign, right? Whether it's sun or moon, they are just as important. If they are fixed, if they are turned on, they could be completely turned on. If they're fixed, sun or moon, they could be completely turned off. And that's what a lot of people don't consider. That's where compassion comes in. Pour into yourselves. Because you don't want to come across as overstepping a line and being coming across as a stalker. No, you don't do. Nor do you want somebody else to overstep a line and come across like they're stalking you, right? So you're having a tower moment, a complete and total, starting to recall. You're sort of recalling a lot of stuff, a lot of things that come into your memory. Yeah. So there's a lot of things to consider here. Your spirit is guiding you. Remember, the last day of this cycle is on the 20th. And then we're entering into a whole new cycle, right? So this is going to take us from the 17th through the 24th, right? From the 17th through the 24th. And the spirit is guiding you to lead from love rather than ego, to shine your light in alignment with divine truth, not for attention, but for authentic connection. Authentic connection. Because you and other people are absolutely have the right to change their mind. Everybody has the right to change their mind. So if you feel like somebody is a soulmate, that you like them in your inner circle, if they want you in their inner circle, everybody has the right to change their mind. And that's on that. The first says yes, yes. If they say no, no. If you say yes, yes. If you say no, no. And that's the end of that. That's on that. That's that. There don't even need to be why. Just yes or no. Don't need to think about it. Yes or no. Okay. That's the end of that. Things, emotional strength, divine confidence, compassionate leadership, also soul alignment, and also focus. How can you all, Leo, lead from the heart and embody higher consciousness this week, right? Because here's the 5 of Wands here. 5, you always got to go to Ace. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. You also don't get the point. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. If you're never getting to the root of something, somebody's always going to feel like they're being baited into something, right? Especially when you discover your gifts, right? You discover your gifts. A lot of people are discovering in this year of 9, 2025, that they're not linking up with the same people. We're talking about the number 8, infinity symbol. A lot of people have relocated, so they're finding new circles of friends. They're finding new restaurants that they're liking. They're traveling more. They're meeting new people, doing all kinds of stuff. They're realizing they're carrying a lot of gifts with them wherever they go. They're remembering recipes that their grandparents made, or how to sew, how to cook. They're remembering a lot of things that they inherited, a lot of secrets that they like. Oh my God, I am remembering that I can cook. I'm remembering that I can sew. I remember that I like planting. I remember I'm liking this. I'm remembering this. I remember my grandmother used to do that. Grandfather used to do this. I'm remembering my neighbor down the street taught me how to do this. I remember that my favorite home ec teacher taught me this. I remember that I really love math. I remember all of these things that people are really starting to remember things about themselves that they have in common with so many other people all over the planet. So when people are baited into stuff, you better find out if they fixed sun or moon. Because if they feel like they were baited into something, y'all could be soulmates. You could be soulmates. But this is why it's important for you to know what your moon sign is. Because this right here, they play on words. Lion, L-I-O-N, or L-Y-I-N apostrophe. Lion. Somebody can think you lying. Somebody could be like, oh no, you be lying behind people's backs. Like, nah, you lying. Nah, I have your back. No. You could be saying this sweating. No, I'm gonna have your back. I'm telling you, I have your back. I have your back. Nope. Somebody be like, I'm good. No, I'm good. I don't want to be a part of that. You baited me into something. I'm good. And they be fixed on it. I'm talking about like stand totally on that. They're fixated. They nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm real good. Not just good, but real good. Like for real good. I'm good. Because they feel like they were baited into something. And they're very sensitive to energies, and it can be overwhelming for some people. Really, really overwhelming for some people. And we're seeing all of this on social media. We're seeing it on social media right now, where some people literally move away from the group of people, literally to other countries. Forget moving to another state. They move to other countries because something has been so overwhelming. Just being in the same country. I mean, forget the same. Some people on a whole nother continent, but that's a whole nother story. Some people move to a whole nother country because they're just like, you know what? They're good. Some people move to another continent, but for real, but seriously, some people move to another country, another state. For them, they like, okay, if it gets too close for comfort, they need to change the country code for real. But the point is that Source is saying the more you're learning about yourself, you're realizing that you have so much in common with energies. You feel like, okay, you running in the same circles as people. Like it's like, wow, we running in the same circle. We have so much in common. Like this energy, I could see myself flowing with this person. That's why you don't want to jump to conclusions about energies. And that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do, is like, y'all know on this channel, I'm showing Leos much love on this channel. And like I said, nobody has any competition. Nobody. You're going to start realizing you have a lot of things in competition. A lot of people are watching famous people on TV right now. And I'm telling you, you look like you're looking at your own family. That's what I'm saying. The theme for your reading is emotional strength. You're the strength card. Where's your card? No, you're the strength card, but emotional strength, divine confidence, and compassionate leadership and soul alignment, Leos. So let's look at your reading. Let's look at your reading here. So as you're winding down this cycle, getting ready for this new phase within a new cycle that starts on the 21st, so you can purge. You can really, really purge and balance this thing out. So your card leads this reading, divine confirmation that joy, truth, and clarity are awakening within you. Spirit says this week, you remember who you are. Shine bright, Leos, because you're not turning down. That's that high vibrational. It's that high vibrational positive energy, right? And so here we have the 5 of Wands here. So conflicting energies or egos clashes may arise. This is a challenge for some Leos, not all of them. Spirit asks you to rise above competition, respond with understanding, not reaction. Yeah, if a person feels like they were baited into something, you don't know who in this circle could have traumatized somebody. That's going to be a no ma'am or a no sir or yes ma'am or yes sir. I mean, really, somebody could feel like, oh, no, I can't, no. If you guys start asking who all is going to be over there, at this stage in life, some people don't even want to have to ask that question. Who all is going to be over there? It's just too, like I said, that's what you're asking you teenagers. Okay, who all going to be over so-and-so's house? I decide what day leave. I mean, because I'm just going to roll in, I'm going to get a plate, I'm going to say hi to everybody, and I'm leaving. At this stage, you want to sit around the table, you want to kiki, you want to laugh, you want to have a good time. You got to ask who all is going to be over there. That's too much. I'm looking at the Empress card here, which is the root foundation. At your root lies creation and nurturing, and Spirit encourages you to channel your energy into what grows rather than what drains. That's right, to what grows rather than what drains, right here. So I feel like now you're going to start, instead of you feeling like you got to carry other people's emotional baggage to a point where you feel like you got to pounce on every, like you got to carry other people's emotional baggage. Like, okay, I got to feel what you feel. I got to feel it all in my bones. You mad? Okay, I'm mad. Okay. Like, you mad, I'm madder than you are. And I don't even know why I'm mad. So I'm mad on top of mad. You mad. You tell me that you mad. I was already mad at something else. So now just because you mad, I'm taking on your pain. So we bad. We both mad. Right? So even after you no longer mad, I'm mad on top of mad. No. Hair flying all over the place, lion's mane just gone all over the place, off the scale. So Source is trying to tell you no, because that can be mixed with all of that impulsive energy, right? So Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to just release all of that. Because again, you can be there emotionally for somebody. You can say, okay, hey, I can tell you what to do. I can help you with so and so, and that's gonna be the secret for somebody. Because you're now putting your energy into growing your abundance and your prosperity. And that's what's about to grow. You're not giving it air anymore. This fire cannot grow without any more air. This is 5 generations down for somebody. I got your back. We ride at dawn. All of that, You're not trying to be a part of a gang. So Source is trying to tell somebody all of that aggression and impulsive behavior, you're not giving it any air anymore. No more air anymore, right? Because that is how people are purging. That is how people are purging. And people are seeing this in real time on social media. People are intentionally trying to push people's buttons. People are losing a lot of money. People are losing their lives. People are seeing all of this stuff. Because it's intentional. It is intentional. So Source is trying to tell somebody, past upheavals, this is past influence here. Past upheavals have reshaped your foundation. Spirit says this transformation was necessary to clear false structures and awaken authentic strength, right? Your intuition. This is High Priestess energy, conscious influence. Your awareness is deepening. We had a hunter's moon, right? This is how some people are hunted. They hear all of these rumors. Nobody's getting to the root of anything. Nothing. They start right at the Five of Wands. Okay, 5 deep. I got your back. Everybody in survival mode, like a lion, but they're not watching their back. Who's watching? There's somebody always watching the lion's back. Because they want to be, you bad, they're badder. Did y'all see Michael Jackson's video? I'm bad, who's bad? Right? So the source is trying to tell somebody, you have intuition. Somebody is a soulmate. You would have never known that. This High Priestess here. So your awareness is deepening, and Spirit invites you to blend intuition with confidence. The power of quiet knowing is your superpower this week. Quiet knowing. Somebody has always been tapped in. Always. Always, always, always been tapped in. Leos are not followers. What I don't see out here is the Five of Pentacles, but it really should be the Five of Pentacles out here. Because somebody told you a long time ago that you need to calm this fire down. You've always been successful, so you know where to put the fire. So it must be somebody in this that's another Leo, right? They're either Leo Sun or Leo Moon that easily baits you. And they use that, what you have in common, they use that. The fact that you're a Leo Sun or Leo Moon, that's what they use. So I strongly suggest that somebody learns their birth chart to a T. Memorize that thing. Because y'all are not the same. Y'all not the same. Whoever you are, you're breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curse, because something that they say to you, they hit that button and you're overwhelmed. They know how to make something feel like y'all are soulmates. So I suggest you learn the definition of a soulmate, because that's not how you're flowing anymore. Stop giving this energy, Five of Wands air. You keep being baited into something. It's so easy for somebody to be baited into talking about people behind their back. So it's almost like if you feel like somebody talking about you behind your back, when you can see on social media that a lot of people have the same thing in common. Like, what's this movie out that's on Netflix right now? With Keira Knightley. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a good movie. It's called The Woman in Cabin 10. Believe it or not, a lot of people will be able to relate to that movie, right? Not because you sat in a space with the richest women, not the rich women, the richest people on the planet, not because of that, but they're rich in something, right? Not in terms of like bank wealthy rich, but like they're wealthy in something, right? But a lot of people will be able to relate to that movie. A lot of people will be able to relate to almost every movie. Actually, you'll be able to find something about yourself or something that you know about somebody in every movie. And so very much like reading cards, you'll be able to find something that you'll be able to relate to. And yeah, like your gifts. So innately, y'all are not followers, right? So it would have to take, that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, it would have to take somebody who has Leo somewhere strong in their chart. Okay, so I had to make a little bit more room. But yeah, somebody who has Leo heavy in their chart, or somebody in the same circles, where you feel some kind of a connection, right? That keeps baiting you into something, who keeps telling you they got your back, they got your back, they got your back. But they secretly see you as competition. Leos, how do you keep falling for the bait? Somebody in your family, or somebody you consider as family. Maybe y'all are part of a same secret society. It could be the same sorority, fraternity. It could be the same church, mosque, temple, blood family, gang, whatever it is. Y'all are part of the same something. Y'all are in the same circle. If you can't, same job, same something. If you cannot identify another Leo, if you team Leo, at least identify yourself. Like really, like at least say to yourself, I know myself well enough to know certain traits about another Leo right? I have learned that instinct of a lion so well. I know with my eyes closed. I know the scent of a Leo, man or woman. I know the paw print of a Leo, man or woman. And source is saying that somebody knows who is connected, who's running in the same circles. Because sometimes you know who is connected to what. Who is connected to what? So if this is somebody's child, for instance, if this is your child here, right? They could be dating somebody. They may not look anything about. They could be a person. They could be a totally different race. They could look a totally. They could be. Let's say they black, right? They could be white passing. They could literally look like they're white. They can even identify as that in their census records. They can identify that, or some other race. They could be passing for something else, right? Whatever, right? Somebody will know. They will just know. Something will be so overwhelming. Something will be so overwhelming. Total recall, conversations, all of that. All of that. When you talk about soulmate connections. Yeah, soulmate connections. Something is just overwhelming. So I'm just trying to help somebody understand like what a soulmate really is. Like things just kind of sort of flow for you and your person. It's harmonious. It is really harmonious. And something on the dark side flows for you and somebody. Like somebody else, somebody in your circle, it flows, but on the dark side. So it's harder. It's like you're swimming upstream. So you don't feel relaxed around somebody. Something is just like you got to put in all this extra work just to be around them. It's almost like I'm saying, okay, I got to meet with this group of people today. I don't even really. It's this. With certain other people, it just flows. The conversation flows. It's. Something just seems like something seems like you just gotta put in work with certain energy. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like with certain people, it just seems like you gotta put like you asking them to put in extra work, or you gotta put in extra work to tone it down. If that makes any sense. Like it's almost like okay. How can I say this? You can't really be a full Leo around some people. You can't really be a full Leo around some people. Because it'll almost feel like for you all Leos, this maybe a look that they give you. Even if you're dating somebody. If you're a man, Leo, and even if you're dating a woman, and this is how you know you're in a relationship sometime with a secret enemy. If you're a man, Leo, and you're dating a woman who is a secret enemy of yours, she'll kind of give you that kind of the like she's irritated. Like she's irritated with your shine. Okay, we've had enough. I've carried you enough, right? So almost like, okay, in public, I have compassion. This is known for compassion. This energy right here. Okay, I was believable in public. That's what I'm trying to get to. It was believable in public, right? or behind closed doors, okay, we can take the mask off. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. We can take the mask off, child, please. Then, but it's very obvious for somebody who is gifted. Like, they psychic could see right through that. They be like, okay, they faking, right? Or even if you're a woman, Leo, and you're dating somebody or married to somebody, whatever the relationship is, people see as karmic, that they're not really soulmates, right? You and your person, whether y'all out in public or y'all are not code switching. People can see when couples are together. They can see the fake smiles. They can see the this. They can see the that. They can see like somebody don't really want to be with anybody, but they can see people who genuinely having fun. People can see it, you know, because couples have ups and downs and stuff like that. People can actually see it. People know. So, people who are not threatened by your energy, Leo, I'm telling y'all, look, your soulmate is going to stand back. Ta-da! Go ahead, Leo. Do your thing. That's the energy that they're giving you, Leo. Whether it's a man or woman, they're like, go ahead, do your thing. They been shining. Go ahead, Leo. Spotlight. Because for them, they are already shining. They're already shining. They just kind of sort of stepping back. They see it from a high frequency already. They already see it from the higher. That's them. Right? That's them. It doesn't have to be another Leo. Right? They what they're really protecting is your inner child. They like, go ahead and have fun. Right? That's because you're a rule fifth house. They're saying you never been with anybody that let your inner child come out and play. Every time your inner child wanted to come out and play, somebody bullied you, right? And that's what runs deep for you. Every time somebody tried to bait your inner child to come out and play, you got bullied for it. That's how you know somebody is your soulmate, not your competition. There it is. Because this one right here, they don't have to be a Leo. They just real in tune with their fifth house, right? This right here, let somebody attack your inner child. That's when you're going to see them come out, right? Hold on. Right? That's when they come out. And that's when they're like, come on, let's pull back. Let's pull back. Not in a violent way. They're not going to come down off their throne, but they're very assertive. And that's when their leadership come out. That's when the leader comes out, but not in an aggressive way. Okay, that's enough. Enough questions for the Leo here. Y'all done seen enough. It's enough. Nothing else to see here, people. No more. It's nothing else to see here, right? So that's what I'm seeing here for you all so far, Leos. Yeah, but some people, because sometimes it's harder for you all to see it, Leos, because in terms of your soulmate, because y'all are used to shining. So I want to say it's almost in the reverse for Leos. Because when y'all finally get the breadcrumbers, the ones that give you a little bit, you're like, okay, finally somebody came along. But you'll start seeing it when you tap into like really learning how to nurture yourself. Who is a secret. When you really find out what your moon sign is, nurture yourself. You find out what your moon sign is. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm looking online and I see certain couples and I'm like, yeah, they definitely belong together. You can tell certain people. They shine alone. They'll be good by themselves and they'll be good together. But you can also see energies who cloak in other people's energy too. So some of y'all have had people who cloak. Okay, so this is the last time. Sometimes the secret enemies could be right in your family. So by the time you find a soulmate, you be so exhausted from having to tone down your light. You just be like, okay, you know what? Just somebody, anybody, show me some love. But no, you better pay attention. You better pay attention. For real, you better pay attention, right? You're going to pay something, you better pay attention. Because your abundance and your prosperity is growing. And so it's time to really, for real, pay attention, right? Because you're having a total recall. And somebody's starting to realize you got some people right in your own family who keep baiting you into some mess because your abundance and prosperity is growing. When people have always seen you as competition, y'all could be sharing the same womb and they'll see you as competition. Y'all come in the same bloodline, and you've been carrying them, or you've been carrying their fear on your back the whole time. Y'all in the same bloodline, and you've been carrying them forever. Now, and so it's just that y'all get older, you carrying them, as you get married, you have kids, whether you're a man or woman, you're still carrying them. Every time the phone rings, you got to answer the phone. That's them. You carry them. They mismanage their money. You got to carry them. Right? It's always you got to carry. It's you carrying somebody all the time, shining a light on something. Well, let me help you with this. So somebody else is coming along now. Whoever, this person, you can have somebody in your life right now coming along, and you're starting to see something. But it's going to take somebody who is sensitive to you, Leo. You Leos, who really don't want anything from they don't want your abundance and your prosperity. They would have to have that same energy that they carry people financially. They carry people financially. They'd have to see, they would be the best ones to see it. They would be the ones that see, okay, they carry people financially. They carry people's emotions. Like people around them expect them to carry them. They're the ones that actually see it. Because they'll be able to spot it, right? I mean, when I tell you they spot it, they got eagle eyes. Spot it. They spot it right away. And people be mad at those type of energies. They are mad at those energies. So while you're smiling and stuff, saying, no, this person is really my friend. They really love me. Love yourselves more. The person who is carrying everybody in the family financially, they're carrying friends. The ones that they want to carry people in the family financially, they want to carry, people emotionally and stuff. They're the ones who will spot it fast because you were them. They would be the one that spot it the quickest. Because all that feels good when you're like, oh no, I got the bill, I'll take care of this and that. The other one that's coming up, that's carrying people, they'll be able to spot it right away. So hopefully that makes sense. So somebody has a soulmate. Somebody knows. I feel like I'm laughing, Leos, because you and your soulmate gonna have a good hee time, because y'all will both be sitting back having a lot of You know how you had a conversation where it's not a whole lot of words, y'all just notice stuff and just like yep, those kind of conversations. So love up on yourselves more, just noticing things. Your challenge is the Five of Wands as conflicting energies or ego clashes may arise. And so Spirit asks you to rise above competition, respond with understanding, not reaction. The Empress energy here is the root and foundation, right? So at the root lies creation and nurturing. Spirit encourages you to, really challenge your energy into what grows rather than what drains you. The Tower here, which is the 16th card in Tarot, 1 and 6 and 7. And so something is complete. You feel complete. You've always been successful, right? But it was something about possibly having another Leo have your back, whether it's Leo Sun, Leo Moon. For you, always felt like a bait and switch. It always felt like, okay, something at some point just felt like it was just, something was deep, real deeply rooted. Like, okay, what is this? What's going on here, right? So that's your tower, that's past influence. And so past, upheavals have reshaped your foundation. And Spirit says this transformation was necessary to clear false structures and awaken authentic strength. And so the conscious influence for you is this right here, High Priestess. Your awareness is deepening. Spirit invites you to blend intuition with confidence. The power of quiet knowing is your superpower this week. The Temperance card here is balance and divine, and this is with the near future here. You're starting to see more money is coming your path, more money is coming across your path. You don't need people to be different behind closed doors and they out in public. Not when your abundance and your prosperity is growing, because, and this is in every area, not just your money, not just because that's a form of energy, but just in general. You don't need something to be different. I need you to be sane. I need you to be, I need you to be a human. I don't need you to be a robot. So more money is coming across your path. That's what I said here. Empress card coming across your path, right? Right? So you didn't work that hard. You don't, nobody's really, well, some people really, have an issue with people living in different homes and cars and all that other stuff. So that's their problem, not yours. I mean, you buy what you want to buy. But some people, like I said before, you're not paying for all of that. Like, you're not paying for all of that. People do remember where they came from. But you carried enough people on your back. You're going to tell people, hey, look, this is how you do this is how you do that. You're going to lead people to water. You're not going to be dunking people's head. You're not going to be dunking people's head in the water. You're going to be like, look, I'm going to lead you to the water. There it is. And that's it. I'm going to give you the advice. It's not going to be unwarranted. I'm going to ask you, do you want such and such? You're not forcing people. You live in a softer life. You're trying to live the softer life. So yeah, you're on your path of enlightenment. Whether you're a man or woman, you're on your path of enlightenment. You ain't struggling spiritually or physically. You are on your path of enlightenment, and that's it, and that's all. So this Temperance card here is, balance and divine patience, flow. Flow in. Spirit is harmonizing your fire with peace. Not chaos and confusion. Showing that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just radiates, right? So you're talking about radiation. You're not talking about roaring anywhere. You're not a lion. You're a human form. And so this is you. King of Wands, you're stepping into leadership and inspiration. Spirit honors your courage, but reminds you to guide others through compassion, not control. You're not trying to control people. And so environment and influence, the moon. Your environment may... Okay, so the camera cut off. So yeah, the moon is your... I have to put these cards down here. The moon is your environment and your influence, right? And this is the secret right here. Find out what your moon sign is. Your environment may hold mystery or emotional depth. And so Spirit asks you to trust your intuition when logic feels limited. The polarity to this card here is Virgo. And so sometimes you need to go into, and now would be a great time to do it because we're at the end of a cycle. Go into hermit mode, turn the phone off, go watch a movie, get outside, do some gardening, something where you're by yourself, do some clean up around the house, do some quiet time. Let's turn the music on, do some grounding. I don't know where everybody lives, if it's warm climate, cold climate, whatever it is, but do something where you're doing some task, around the house where you're just saying, okay, I'm gonna spend some time alone. If I feel overwhelmed, maybe I need to spend some time alone. Maybe I take a bath, listen to the water sounds or whatever in the background. If I'm feeling like because I'm not sure, things, I don't know what's real, what's not real. I'm not sure what's going on. I just need some time alone. And put my hands in some soil. Maybe I'll go buy a plant. Maybe I'll go to the store and go buy a plant some seeds, garden, and get some plant food, water it, read some instructions how to take care of it, how much sunlight does it need, because I'm looking at the sun here. Like, you know, maybe I need to get outside, right? Maybe I really need to pull my birth chart. Maybe you can get a birth chart reading with me, but pull your birth chart. Find out what nurtures your spirit so that you'll know who you want to be in a circle with, right? Right? Maybe you want to be in a circle with people who like to throw it around in a circle. I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? I mean, but who's judging? The bottom line is that you're knowing how to radiate love and light. You're looking at things from a high frequency, right? So there's no judgment. Really, it's no judgment. Maybe you rediscover hula hoops. This looks like a circle. Maybe that's part of your exercise routine, right? Because they do have Pilates. I think Pilates hula hoops, right? The weighted ones, right? So the outcome, or the Two of Cups is hopes and fears here, are, you know, you long for harmony in relationships but fear vulnerability, and spirit reminds you that true connection requires openness, not perfection. And that's what Source is trying to help you to learn how to do, is really balance it out. Everybody does not see Leos as a threat to their environment, right? But Source said you may have been in situations where you needed people to have your back, right? And so where you were overwhelmed, like maybe law enforcement or the military or combat, whatever situation is, and so you would be surprised. There's a lot of people who really understand, but you also have to respect people's boundaries as well as you would want people to respect yours. So that's what I'm seeing here. A lot of people have been exploited. A lot of people have been baited into things. Y'all see the commercials? Be all you can be. What exactly does that mean? Be all of what? What does that mean exactly? So Source is saying, you know, a lot of people have been baited into working for companies, organizations that they always heard about. And some things work out for some people. Some people go, oh, okay, you know what? All right. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. Sometimes some people think, okay, this was traumatic. And then some people say, okay, it wasn't that bad, but okay, on to the next. I've ascended higher. I'm on my spiritual journey. Okay, next. Right? So time to ground yourself. So somebody met their match, looking at your cards here. Yeah, because you're on your spiritual journey. You're seeing something from a higher frequency. Somebody from your past, whoever this is, somebody from your past this could be a Pisces for somebody. Did something behind your back. And they were very vague about something when you asked them. Could be somebody's son. Could be somebody's son, and you could have asked them about their mother. They were very vague about something. Boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Take only what resonates with you. So I could be talking to a Leo woman who is with a Pisces man. and just this part of the reading. And you could have asked them about their mother. And they could have been very vague with you. Somehow I feel like somebody's trying to project a temper onto whoever you are, Leo, when it's really them. So find out what your moon sign is, Leo, whoever you are. Find out what your moon sign is to send that spell work back. Because your sun shines very bright. So somebody must be well known, because the sun came out first. Somebody must be really, really well known. That's the danger of people who are really, really well known. People get a chance to study, you know, people who are well known. Oh, I know this about this person. Oh, I looked them up on social media. That's why some people would rather be rich than famous. That's why you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful. Because somebody is a this is what a lot of Leos also have to be concerned with too, is that people can kind of, so that, you know, you're so used to shining, you have to be balanced out, because it can make some people, I can't say, let me not word it that way. I want to make sure I'm not wording it wrong. I don't want to say it makes a person lazy, right? It just has to be a very healthy balance of some things. They can't be intimidated by your balance. They cannot be intimidated by your divine masculine to your divine feminine energy. It's so much in your reading. Oh my God. Here we have put yourself first. Put yourself first. Yeah, somebody, okay, when people intentionally try to bring out a temper in you. Okay, this keeps cutting off. Somebody, like I said, and I don't know if you caught this or not, but I gotta watch the clock because I'm looking at the cards here. I gotta make sure I don't run out of time. Somebody, so if it sounds redundant, my apologies. I have to keep adding on to this. When you ask somebody, you ask a Pisces man, a Leo woman asked a Pisces man about his mother. He was very vague about something, right? He was trying to project a temper. He was trying to pull a temper out of you so that he can come back and say, oh, this person always had a temper. Everybody knows about your temper. You're going to push back, not verbally. The way you're going to push back is pouring into yourselves. That's how you're going to pour in. You're going to pour into you, your moon sign. Pull your birth chart, find out what your moon sign is. But I would suggest for every Leo, pour into yourself. Find out what your moon sign is. Because soulmate doesn't necessarily mean lover. Soulmate is person that you can see in your inner circles. That's like y'all, things just flow for you all, right? And so some people can give the impression that things flow until you shine into bright, or until you have expectations. Because now you got some expectations, right? Sometimes the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, that phase kind of wears off. Now I need you to get up and do some stuff, right? I need you to do some, like I need your abundance and your prosperity to grow, right? And some people you're starting to see, okay, I don't need you to be my emotional support. Okay, I got a therapist for that. I don't need you to be my emotional support. Okay, that's cool. You there for my emotionally, but I need your abundance and your prosperity to grow. Now what? Right? And I'm not saying this to be funny, but source is saying, but somebody is overwhelmed. Somebody is overwhelmed. So I feel like whoever you are, you really are no respecter of person. And I feel like even if a person, you know, had to I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But looking at your cards here, somebody has been riding off your success, whoever you are. They just been, riding off your success. That's all I can tell you. So if somebody needs to go drive for a taxi service or whatever. I mean, I don't know. That's what I have for you. If I have to add some more, I'll add some more time. But yeah, they'll tell you, heck no, I ain't doing that. Your ancestors are proud of you. Somebody envies your spirit or whoever. Oh no. Anyway, somebody is very prideful, but they're trying to project that you're leaving them behind. Like a smoke. Okay, Leos, I made enough room this time. Okay, so we got several edits. So if you hear it's like a little choppy in your videos, my apologies in advance. Okay, so we're gonna try to wrap this up. Your ex was on some kind of an assignment. Could be an ex-friend, family member, whomever. They was on assignment. Main thing is you're leaving some energies behind. You're leaving some energy behind. You got two energies. One is prideful, one is envious. Okay, there it is. One is prideful, one is envious, right? Your ancestors are very, very proud of you for being a prayer warrior that you are. You're not in some violent mode and all of that other mess. Somebody's ex has tried to project something onto you. It's almost like somebody wanted you to tone down at a very early age. Because it's like somebody else wanted your shine, right? And this way, somebody in your family, they wanted your shine. So they want to make sure you tone down, right? Like tone down your light. It could have been for many different reasons, depending on who was telling you to tone it down. If it was a parent, they could have been telling you to tone it down because they didn't want you to, get jumped or something when you were little. Okay, you out there, you could be a nice looking guy or girl or whatever, and somebody could have been jealous. Parents do that for their kids all the time, like tone it down a little bit because, you got these little haters, adults hating parents giving birth to baby haters, whatever. Somebody could have told you that a long time ago. But now as an adult, you're now recognizing you have an inner child and you're starting to see, okay, I'm going to protect, my energy. Okay, I'm high priestess energy now, very sensitive. Other people are high priestess energy now. And just recognizing that, that's off-putting for a group of people, for some people. So you're something, you got it's a lot of messages in your reading here. So I don't mean to sound like it's kind of all over the place. I'm getting a lot of downloads for your reading, Some of it is with some people that you shared a womb with. Somebody could have 5 siblings. And you carried everybody on your back. You could be a person who just used to carrying people on your back financially and every other way. You could be the one that shines brightest in your group, whatever. You're having a just crash out moment, whatever is going on in your life. Source is saying you got to be real careful when you come across energies where you feel like you jumped into something because somebody says, oh, that's all they said, let me take care of you. That was the only requirement. Somebody said, well, let me rub your back, let me rub your feet, let me take care of you. Run. Because what else you got? Okay, you can do that, right? So nobody's gonna be perfect, but somebody I feel like somebody is very well known, possibly all around. Like you could be well known, right? But somebody also knows that somebody accuses you of having a temper because you're not carrying them anymore, right? You're not carrying them on your back anymore like Seabiscuit. So of course, because you're not paying their bills, you're not doing this, you're not their emotional support dog, or you're not whatever anymore, they're now saying, oh, okay, I'm gonna burn that person. I'm gonna tell everybody they the worst possible person. They got a bad temper. You can't trust them. They stole this. They did that to me. You don't know how they are behind closed doors. Y'all know how many people deal with this same You don't even have to be a celebrity. You know how many people have that same thing in common? That's why people are like, nah, they good. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. You're leaving some people behind. You're leaving some people behind. That's why some people are like, no, they good. They're okay. They're okay. They're just like, you know. That's why some people just say, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Because they already know what circle some people run in. They like, just leave them alone. They don't want to be invited to stuff. They already know the type of people that they run. They're in circles with. They don't have a temper. They just don't want to be bothered. And that's what Source is trying to help somebody with. It's like some people just really, really just don't want to be bothered. So, yeah, whoever this energy is, somebody, whoever this energy is, whoever this energy you're cutting off, Leos, you could have had a baby with this person. Whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. You could have had a baby with this person. This person constantly keeps trying to bring a temper out of you. Leos, I'm telling y'all, it doesn't really matter who you're. A human, okay? You're not a dog watching this video. You're not a cat. You're not an iguana. You're not a goldfish. You're a human being with a human brain. They need to be cut off. I mean, for real. Somebody gonna have to learn how to lead people. Forget public image. You're gonna have, because the person somebody gonna keep baiting you into stuff. Some people will try to bait you into stuff till they die. For real. For them, it's to death do you part. That's what's hidden in here. They will keep tower after tower after tower after tower. It'll literally be to death do you part. You're gonna have to leave them behind. It's worse if you happen to be a public figure. It's just worse. Because all they have to do is look online to see what circles you hang in. And if you have a schedule somewhere where you're going to be, you know, they just find, I mean, they know people. So yeah, I'm looking at your cards here. And so Source is saying, you know, I'm just kind of sort of trying to bring it back around to, so we don't get, you know, too far out in the ocean, right? Bring it back to shore. But looking at your cards here, Source is saying you're learning how to toss some things into a burning bowl, like fear, doubt, uncertainty. You're not falling for the bait anymore. You know, of people saying, you know, you got this really bad temper, and just because, you know, they're lazy, they don't want to grow their abundance and their prosperity. They want to ride your back like Seabiscuit, you know, and then try to bring a tower down on you when you expose it. Because I mean, I'm trying to be funny, child. Oh my God. All they can do is just sit there and rub your back. I mean, you can rub your own back or go buy a longer arm, you know, an arm extension. You can rub your you can go rub your own back. I mean, come on now. So yeah, loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the egos. Yeah, somebody was basically like trying to say that you're the one that's egotistical. Somebody had a baby with somebody, whether you're a man or woman, or somebody basically trying to say you see, you can't, whatever. I feel like whoever you might have had a child with or whatever, whoever you are, you could have a child with somebody, and they basically saying that whoever this is, they're trying to, somebody is mad saying that you took an L because they were there to rub your back, rub your feet. Whether you're a man or woman, you don't have to be the carrier of the child, whoever you are. But it's the same old, same old, same old, same old. Somebody wants you to carry everybody. So that's something that you can really look at for yourself too, is that as a man or a woman, again, balance, 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 balance. It has to be balanced out. It has to be. If somebody at least has to be with somebody who at least puts forth the effort, for real. Good times, bad times, at least put forth the effort, for real. That means if you got to go drive, if you got to go work at this place, got to go work at that place, honest living, legit money, whatever. But somebody who's basically like, okay, somebody would die of shame if somebody found out, I had to go work at this place. Oh my God. Right? So they met their match with you. They met their match with you. That's why somebody was vague when it comes to, that's why somebody may have been vague when it came to asking about their mother, because, or their parents or whoever, their mother maybe, because I'm seeing a pregnant woman here. Somebody was vague when it came to asking about their mother because they tried to make it seem like, and I get it, somebody just didn't want to have to be in that struggle anymore. They didn't want to have to be in that struggle anymore, but, I mean, whose loss really is it? Here we have passion, right? So you freeing yourself. This video is going to be super long, and my apologies for the video being super long, but I was getting a lot of downloads for you all, Leo, so hopefully just take what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, and if it sounds like I'm rambling, that's not intentional. I was just getting a lot of downloads here, and so, but you already know how things are going to, this is deja vu, that's remembering the future. You already know how things are going to, you already know how things are going to end if people don't come into stuff as passionate as you are, right? Whether they're secretly passionate behind closed doors or openly passionate, they're passionate, right? Some people, out in public, okay, go ahead and shine. They're not looking for a spotlight, but behind closed door, they're passionate about what they do, right? Working behind closed, they're passionate, right? But somebody just want to rub somebody back. Okay, I got two hands, or even if you got one hand, one leg, whatever the situation is. Hey, you can rub your own back, okay, or go buy a hand, or but when, you know what I'm saying, like an extension like this hand right here, like the back scratchers, like like the where you can, y'all get the point. That's what I'm seeing for you and your cards, Leos. So I do see somebody getting outside and getting some sun. I do see somebody, feeling fulfilled here, as you're on your journey, your spiritual journey. Cards. But you got somebody in your circle right now. They get it. They've been carrying, I'm trying to, somebody in your family or your circle right now, their abundance and their prosperity is growing. Their money is growing, and people are expecting people to carry them financially. Those are the best ones in your circle. They get it. Those are the best ones to talk to because they spot it. I'm telling you, they got eagle eyes. They will spot it right away. So this week is about mastering the balance between light and love, between seen and truly being felt. Spirit says your compassion is your crown, your authenticity, your throne. And so when you lead from your soul, the universe follows your flame, sending you love, light, and blessings, Leo. Like I said, you may have 7 parts to this video. It definitely was not intentional, but I do see you being very, very successful. I do see you having a very successful group of people. You're definitely leaving some energies behind, and you're freeing yourself. You literally are freeing yourself from some kind of cage that you were in. You're not gonna be in some kind of a cage. You're not gonna be in some kind of a cage. You're putting yourselves first. Good for you. For real, put yourself first. Take this next 7 days, Leos, if you can, make yourself unavailable. Unless you already have some other stuff planned, make yourself unavailable. Put yourselves first. In prayer mode. Get outside, get some sun. Somebody's ex was on assignment. Somebody just wanted to stay in the loop. They want to be kept in the loop as to what was going on in your life. That's sad. That is really sad. Especially if they're in a relationship. And they want to be kept in the loop about what's going on in your life. Just pitiful. Pitiful child. Just pitiful. Woo. Financial health. That's what you're going to be focusing on. Your financial health. That's what I have for you all, Leo. Make it a great weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. I'm going to be putting up love videos over up on the Patreon side as well. See you all in the next one. All right, bye.